Hi, Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway here in Laguna Niguel. If you are thinking of selling your home in or anywhere around Laguna Niguel, this information is for you. In the state of California, all purchase contracts are written on a document called the RPACA. Our industry is full of acronyms. It stands for Residential Purchase Contract or Residential Purchase Agreement, California, RPACA. Within this contract defines what is included in the sale of a home, real property, and what is excluded in the sale of a home, personal property. We need to know the distinction between personal property and real property to know as a seller what you're obligated to leave. Paragraph 9, Section B, in which there are many paragraphs, subparagraphs to this document in that chapter. Paragraph 9 specifically addresses the types of items that you as the seller are obligated to leave unless stated otherwise in the contract. And it's important to know so that there is nobody in trouble after the close and things are missing from the property, that this can cause a tremendous burden on you as the seller. Some things are unrepairable if you remove them. So let's go through these one at a time. I'll be brief and quick, but just to let you know what you're obligated. Anything that is included in the sale of a property is an attached item. What is attached? A floor lamp is not attached. A floor lamp simply rests on the floor. But a lighting fixture installed in the ceiling is attached. Ceiling fans are attached. All of these items that are attached to the property must remain after the sale. The other types of things that are included are existing electrical, mechanical, lighting, plumbing, anything like that must remain in the home. For example, water filtration systems. If they're leased, you must disclose to the buyer that they are leased. And at the end of the purchase contract date, when you close escrow, those things must either be assumed as a leased item by the buyer, or you need to return them to the leasing company that is leasing you those items if you don't continue to want to make payments, nor does the buyer. So anything that's attached in that way is an included item. Where it gets a little slippery is if it's a leased item, you need to be heads up on that. Security systems are included. I did have a seller 20 plus years ago. When I sold their home, I went over all of the information. We miscommunicated somehow, some way. He had paid for a security system. He literally cut a hole in the drywall and took the panel out of the home that was the electrical panel that he paid for, and in his mind, he thought he owned. Well, that drywall hole became a problem, and we need to resolve it, and the problems are bigger after you take an action like that than knowing that anything like that, security systems are an included item. Any home automation devices that are attached to the property or on the property. And today a big one is the Ring doorbell. Yes, you may have paid for it. You think you own it as the seller, but it is attached to the property. You will need to leave it. The nuance of a Ring doorbell is you have to unassign it and reassign it to somebody else. So there's a little mechanics with Ring, the company, in order to transfer it, but it is an included item. You must leave that doorbell on the property when you close escrow. The leased and liened items are the biggest trap that sellers typically fall into. Another one being solar. Solar systems are attached, they're on your roof. You can't remove them, you can't take them, but they are an included item. Thus, the lease and how you handle the lease, either the buyer assuming the lease or you, the seller, having to pay it off during the process of escrow, is something that you'll need to consider. All of these items are included in the sale. There is a paragraph 9C that states items that are not included. If you have a lighting fixture that is attached, or a mirror that is attached, or anything else that's attached that you want to retain, I have two recommendations. Number one is remove it and replace it prior to having the home on the market. When you market your home and there's a beautiful lighting fixture in the entry and it's not an included item, it becomes a little bit of a negotiation, tug and war, possibly a fight. I would highly recommend replacing that item, taking that out of the property prior to putting the home on the market, going to an inexpensive lighting store and putting something else adequate to sell the home, then leaving that gorgeous fixture that could be literally a fight between buyer and seller. So replace it ahead of time. If it is something that is not easily replaced and you just don't want to do that until the time of the close of escrow, explain it that it is a sentimental item. Buyers have an easier time accepting an item not included if it has sentimental value. Your mother, before she passed away, gave you that item and you don't want to include it in the sale of a home. Now, that's an extreme example, but my point is, they are more receptive to having a sentimental attachment to something than having a monetary conception of why you're taking it with you. So those are my two recommendations in terms of how to skirt around this. The other consideration is, in addition to the items that I have mentioned, any window covering is an attached item. Blinds, shutters, drapery. I have come across situations where the drapery in one of possibly the bedrooms matches the bedspread. Well, the bedspread is not attached, but the pattern of the bedspread may match the pattern of the drapery, and you as the seller want to take the drapes because they match the bedspread. Take the bedspread, it's yours. But negotiate in the contract in paragraph 9C that the drapery in the bedroom 1, bedroom 2, master bedroom is not an included item as it has sentimental value or it matches the bedspread that your mother gave you. Okay, so included items, excluded items, you as the seller need to be aware of what you need to leave in the house after the close of escrow. If this is valuable content, please subscribe to my channel. My number is here on the screen. Feel free to give me a call. If I can help you with the sale of your home, if you live in Laguna Niguel or any surrounding area, I would love to be on the consideration list if you're thinking of selling. Do subscribe to my channel, as I will be providing weekly seller information important for you to know as the seller. Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.